time it is. You are now tuned into the Recap with the GoodFellaz podcast, the illest show out there, period. You know how we do every week. We talk about everything that needs to be talked about, current events, sports, movie reviews, whatever's going on, the GoodFellaz is talking about it. It's your boy Tommy Guns, alongside my man Dav Noble. What's going on?
Yo, what's good, everybody? AP in the building. Yo, about to go out and go some fishing tomorrow, man. Weather is beautiful out there.
Shy Montana, what it is.
What up? I am Hendrix, the rockstar El Cajones.
Karev Ya, Heritage Hip Hop's own, always holding it down.
It's a pleasure to be seen and heard by everybody on this podcast, and to everybody out there watching, you're welcome.
And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, at least according to the t-shirt, my man Big A in the building.
What's happening, y'all? What's happening, y'all? What's happening, y'all? You already know the man, the myth, the legend is Big A. And if you don't understand, you get it twisted, baby. You understand it.
We are the GoodFellaz. Man, you already know how we do, man. We running this podcast shit. If you don't know, get familiar. So, we talked hip-hop earlier. We discussed the new J. Cole album, gave our review. Man, let's talk about some side chicks. Let's talk about some chicks right now. Let's talk about some females. So however you want to classify it, let's switch lanes. Let's get some relationship talk real quick. The question of the day: are your people's chicks off limits to the homies? This is a request by the ladies. The ladies hit us up. You know, they were talking about, actually a fan of the show hit us with this question, and she wanted to know our opinion about it. So let's give her our opinion on the subject. Are the females of the homies off limits or not? And if so, what are the restrictions and what are the definitions that includes? Dav Nova, what you think?
Man, I haven't navigated these waters for years, man.
For real?
Come on! But, you know, I'm trying to think of the rules back in the day, because it's hard for me to speak on this topic.
But remember, before we were married men or engaged or significant others, or, you know, some of us in the streets, the crew went through situations where this was definitely an issue.
Word. And back in the day, I remember everybody was, you know, considered, you know, fair game. Anybody could talk, unless I remember you was trying to like wife her. Like if that was a girl that you were like, yo, like I'm really trying to be interested in, then the girl was off limits. But any other chick that came through the crib or any was, as they for the streets, as they say, and I mean, so that was, you know, back. But now it's you know what I'm saying, it's complicated, man. It's you shouldn't go. You should stay away. Mostly, my main rule would be like, if I was in a situation, I'd probably stay away. But it would make a difference how that relationship was. Like if the homie was like a dog and he, you know, is trying to do whatever and he's doing his thing, and this girl's like, you know, really trying to be with him or something, and she, you know, he's now in that time and he go off and do his thing. I mean, and later on down the line, like I would imagine some time would pass. Like I wouldn't, you know, because to me, like it's gotta be some time. No matter what situation, there's gotta be some passing of time. Like if it was high school girlfriend or like your college girlfriend, well, that's different. But like if it was your girlfriend like last week, then yeah, that could be problems, man. So I think it's okay as long as a certain period of time has passed, and there's certain, for me, I would think there's certain markers, like they couldn't have been engaged, like they couldn't have been married, you know what I mean? Like, and to me, I'm thinking, shoot, 5 years, kids, or like, no, can't kids. and then or like I'm saying like a couple of years done passed that this person is, moved on, like, because you can't be with your boy's girl and like every now and then he'd be like, yo, remember so and so, like, yeah, that's the one that got away. Like, yeah, you're not trying to you can't do that. So yeah, I think it's in certain situations it should be okay, but most of the situations is probably shady. So
let's keep it 100, because a lot of us, we go back to high school. Does age and time change this answer? Because remember, we were in high school, a lot of shit went down. But now that we're like grown men, like I said, families, we got some years on a lot of these friendships. Does age play a factor in this decision?
Absolutely. I thought Crab was going to take that one. Absolutely. I mean, listen, back in the day, you wasn't worried about collateral damage. To be honest, like, you wasn't worried about really, feelings. And I mean, there's some dudes that act like that today. And, my thing is, we never did anything that wasn't 100% consensual and 100%, like, we never got down like that. Everybody knew what the deal was, whatever. And amongst our, our friends, like, yeah, it was just that, like, so-and-so brought so-and-so, to the party. It's like, I know he not really trying to get with her. And dudes be like, yo, as soon as he leave, I'm about to try to get with her. Like, yo, like, we made a game out of it. Like, like, being older, man, like, and like Nas says, God gave them dudes daughters. Like, I gotta be responsible for other people's feelings. So when you start being responsible for other people's feelings, then you start looking at life differently, bro. Like I said, it is cool, but I just think there's certain lines that I think you can't cross. And I think the main one is that you can't, like I said, you can't marry, you can't get with somebody else's girl if she got kids with you. That's a tough one. Yeah.
Heritage hip hop. How do you feel about that? And what exactly are the classifications where you have to reevaluate it? Because wives, it goes without saying, but when we start talking about side chicks, or they used to date them in college, or like there's certain things. Where do we draw the line, or is it better just not even to cross that line for the friendship? Because we're talking your peoples. We're not just talking like, back in the day we used to smoke. We talking like, that's my mans in them. Like, yo, on a regular basis, we chill. Where do we draw the lines, or is it better just not to cross the line?
It's better not to cross the line at all. We have all seen famous stories of houses and friendships and deaths that have come because somebody couldn't calm themselves down. You know what I'm saying? And if we're on those of anybody who doesn't understand two famous stories behind this, one of the most famous ones is Bobby Womack. I think it's Bobby Womack who was it? One of the singers, I forgot. One of the singers died, and Bobby Womack married his wife, and then they had kids, and then the family ended up hating them, and they tried to kill him and stuff like that. Wow. Yeah, that's one. And you talk about your peoples. Bobby Womack was dude's backup singer, so he was around the wife when she was married to the husband, and the next thing you know, they get with each other, and they had kids and stuff, and he was like absolutely hated in the music industry, even by his daughter, who he tried to molest after the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Which is a whole nother conversation. But and if not that, everybody knows the world famous joke story that Kwame Brown is talking about with what's my man with the curly hair, Matt Barnes. I think it's Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher. Yeah. Now come on, now that's his peoples, right?
They was teammates
and peoples. He's his kid's godfather. Next thing you know, what is going on? Something's going on. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I suffer from something called conscience. And if you're my man and I see your woman, I know you and your woman to be together. In my sick, twisted mind, anytime I would think about your woman make a sex face, you're in the room. So I have that type of filter. So I don't want to see your girl sex facing anywhere near me because I'm gonna think, unfortunately, you, and that's gross. You know what I'm saying? And Dash faces bugging out, but it's the truth, yo. Like I couldn't picture that. It's disgusting to me. Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. That's how my mind works. I think of like your girl on some sexual shit. That's your spit on her neck. I don't want to taste that shit. Fuck that. I don't want nothing to do with it. So I think you should leave that totally alone. Don't cross that line. Because if you do cross that line, you gotta remember, you've been around that couple before. You've heard their arguments and you know things that go on. So, and this is couples I'm talking about. So if I got with somebody else's girl who I know they was around or whatever, as the other man who's getting his girl took, you were being vulnerable to your friend, and your friend could have used that shit against you to fuck your girl. That's evil. You know what I'm saying? That's real deep. Like, you got to think about that. And unfortunately, some of these guys out here are closet chicks too. So they real tender on the inside. So they pillow talking and they really getting expressive because they need hugs and shit. And you took the one person they get a good hug from. You causing a lot of emotional damage, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And as far as side chicks go, most men, real dudes that I've been like, you know, I've been told stories of growing up under, you don't introduce your side chicks to your peoples. So if your man knows who you deal with, she's off limits from the door. There is no rules. That's what it is. Yeah. But if it's a side chick and your side chick see you, the way your side chick act dictates how you act in that situation, because she's the one who's supposed to choose. So at the end of the day, if you getting butt hurt over a side chick, not only are you a fucking fool, you're an idiot. You're a borderline chick yourself. You a tender dick bastard. And I ain't really messing with people like that. So at the end of the day, I'm good. Just leave it all alone. Just let it go.
No doubt. Sean Montana, what do you think? Is somebody that your mans and them been with, whether it's the wifey, side chick, just a creep back in the day, are they off limits or nah? They for the streets, they for everybody. What do you think about it? And if so, where do you draw the line between like chill and whatever?
Well, offhand, any ex-wifeys and serious relationships are definitely 100% off limits. Now, anything else? I'm gonna quote a wise man by the name of Yo Gotti who said, "Fuck these hoes, man. They everybody bitches." You know. I'll say this. Me personally, I have been in situations where somebody's former side chick kind of pushed up. Quick story, chick came over, with my roommate, whatever. He left because somebody, some situation happened where life or death. He left her at the crib. She knocking on my door, literally naked. Later on, I told him about that. He was like, "Oh, you should have smashed." Come on. That's your chick. You know what I'm saying? So the rule is, F these hoes, they everybody. But me personally, it's kind of like, nah, my man had her. So it's like, it just would be nasty to me.
Yeah, like that's your people's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to think about, damn, like I don't, it's an interesting topic because, like rap music is like, if she's for the streets, she's for everybody. But if that's your mans you hang out with on a regular basis, y'all cool, y'all go back like that, and you see somebody you used to be with, it's got to make you feel a certain type of way, or whether it's loyalty, friendship. Some people will dive in no hesitation, but to me, it's a matter of morals and other judgment as well, as far as the repercussion of what could happen to that friendship afterwards.
Yeah. And now there's a whole nother caveat that I'm gonna throw out there. There was another situation I was involved in. Now, the friend this friend in this particular situation has been known to lie on his dick. So he always talks about he smashed this one and that one, and it's not always true.
That's the corniest thing anyone could ever do, yo. That is so lame. Like, yo,
I hit that.
That is so lame, yo. But anyway, carry on.
No, it is lame, but I mean, this chick that he claimed he smashed, was asking me for a certain type of picture. You know what I'm saying? If I would have sent it to her, she liked what she saw, it would have been on and popping. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I just couldn't do it just because he said he did. And I don't want to delve into, like, how am I going to find out if it's real? Like, do I ask her if he hit it and create an issue with them two?
Mm-hmm.
You ask him, he's going to say, yeah, I hit it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I kind of stayed out of that one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I also, the reason why I bring up these scenarios is because it's one of those things where I personally wouldn't do it, but I also can't condemn the next man. Because like I said, you got to do that, you're going to not smash something just because a dude that be lying about smashing chicks. It's a good thing that I'm me and I'm a rock star and I never have a shortage of chicks to smash. So, I can control myself with chicks. You know what I mean? But you got a lot of dudes that you might not see that ass for forever. You might
thirst is real.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna knock that man, but I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up. Big A, the man, the myth, the legend. How do you feel about it? Is the homies chicks off limit? And if so or if not, what are the lines in the sand, or are there none?
Simply put, like, she's side chick, she's for the streets, bro. Everybody knows side chicks is, that's what they are, side chicks. Just like, I have female friends that talk about side dudes. Like, if you're labeled that, you are that. It's a free for all. Point blank, period. Somebody's girlfriend, yeah, you don't want to touch those waters. You really don't. You really try to avoid those waters. Speaking from experience, you don't want to touch those waters. Just put myself out there, but being young and wild, you learn things. But one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to disrespect your friends. If you got genuine respect for your friends, you don't touch that. Generally, you just don't do that. If she's side piece, she's side piece. But just like Kareb said, some cats are just emotional. That's their emotional pillow that they console to, and unfortunately, even side chicks get cried about, in this day and age where, previously in the years prior, a side chick was known as a side chick for a reason. She's a side chick. That's not wifey. It's not your girl. That's not somebody that you're gonna really console. Now, it is what it is. It's smashing. It's smashing. You get caught up over smashing, and you're a weak-minded individual, and you need to grow the fuck up. Point blank, period. If you're getting caught up out that, rather than putting the time and the effort into somebody that deserves your time and effort, then you're soft, like Kareb said, and you need to reevaluate yourself and in the circle you're around, because if your friends can't tell you, yo, bro, you just at the third, then you need to this is not the playground for you to play in, because you're gonna have somebody that's gonna step up to the plate and do something. So, and somebody's side chick is somebody's wifey. Point blank, period. That's the realest answer I can give you. Somebody's wifey is somebody's wifey was somebody's side chick at one point.
Word.
It's just the truth. It's the truth. Nah, it's not. You don't. Nobody wants to think that their wife was somebody's side chick, but the reality of it is that way. So you got to play the game accordingly. The game is accordingly. It's called the game for a reason. And to get out of it, you got to be a man about it and do manly things. Being a man about things is, if that's somebody that you feel that strong about, then step up to the plate. Stop playing the games. Stop playing games. Be a man about it. Let them know how you feel, and then if it's a mutual feeling, then you move on, you grow from there. But if you're just smashing, bro, she's for everybody, bro. Like I've been part of packs of wolves. As soon as you step out the room, like I'm telling you, I'm being honest. Like I'm gonna say the shit that some people be afraid to say. You know, he's just like looking like Stevie J with their hands. They ready. They're ready to pounce on her like a pack of wolves. And especially they know that she's with that. Oh, nigga. Oh, thank you for leaving. Thank you. We're gonna get her. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yo, you should already know. Yes, Garaf. Yes, I'm keeping it real. See, this is the shit that this is the real conversation that you talk about with your boys. Like you hate that, and then if you're unsure, if he's really your homie, yo, what's up with that? You just ask him, and he let you know. Yo, man, go ahead and get that. Yo, go ahead and get that. That's without, you know what I mean? Your real friends are not gonna like, if he say, yo, man, I'm really trying, all right, cool. Then that's it. That's the end of it. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. I've been a thirsty wolf before, and I'll tread the line.
I don't believe that. I refuse to believe that.
I've been a thirsty wolf. You know what I mean? I didn't become a legend for certain things. But in reality, you know, I've made mistakes. I can say it. I'm not an unfaulty person. I've made mistakes, and I had to learn from them. But I say one thing is I've always been an straight up person and upfront about everything. And if I'm asking about something, that's letting you know, bro. She's looking like steak to me. And then you know, we take it how we take it from there.
Yo, you heard it here first. It's your boy Tommy Guns. Real quick, me personally, and just how I move. I mean, anybody who know me know how I feel about this. There's rules to the shit, and one of the very few rules that me personally, the homies chicks is off limits. Whether it's wifey, that if you was smashing, nah, man. Because one thing I've learned, you know what I mean, a lot of cats, they talk a good talk, but once the chick is in play, a lot of dudes, they like to talk as if the perspective of they're the ones doing the smashing. But when the other dude is the one taking your chick, I seen a lot of dudes turn to bitches, man. Especially when that's your homies. I mean, granted, you know, when we were young, you make some mistakes, you kind of learn these lessons. Me, I try to stay away from, because I've seen so many problems with the crew, and you wouldn't even think. Sometimes they'll give you permission until you smash, and they like it. And, you know, I don't mean to brag. Wifey's not here right now. Cat like me, I'm not saying I'm Dirk Diggler or whatever, but, yo, when I got a chick, yo, I own her for life. There's some chicks, they might be friends for the rest of their life, but you know what it is.
Yeah,
you know
buddy.
That's a lifetime ownership right there. So be very careful what you allow, because you might not want that action you think you do. We grown men, man. We got wives, kids. You know, like, time has been put in with some of these chicks, and I wouldn't want to do that to my peoples. Not even talking like I said, I'm the man, but when you're young, you know, high school, whatever, like, you know, you're learning. So you learn what happens, like, with some of these chicks and just the impact it has on your friends. Because, you know, we're talking real friends. If it's just somebody you know, nah, she for everybody. She for the streets. You know, as a general rule, like, nah, man, you know, if that's people's, anybody you've been with has been off limits. I mean, granted, you know, if it happened by accident, because, you know, shit happens, trust me, shit happens. If something happened by accident I didn't know, that's different. But if you purposely know, like, that's your people's, that's a chick you've been with, I would think funny if there's anybody that I consider a brother and they smashed and I was trying to put work in. I would feel almost like I was betraying them a little, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's so many other chicks, like I just said a minute ago, man. I mean, every day a new chick turns 21 or 25 or 30 or whatever your age limit is, they turn in it. So with all these chicks out here, why would you potentially risk ruining a friendship and, more importantly, a crew? Because it's all good until your chick is the one getting smashed. Yes. That's what a lot of people, a lot of dudes, they don't, you know, right? They think they're the only ones that are gonna be smashing. Nah, man, I'm telling you, man. I don't want to say too much, but be careful when you step in the ring because
That's right.
For real, I seen a lot of tough guys turn to bitches.
Yep.
With some bitches. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Over some bitches. Say it again. Say that shit again for the people in the back.
Nah, I can't. My daughter's right over there. But wait, I mean, this is the recap with the GoodFellaz show. You know how we do. Shout out to all my ladies out there. I hope we answered your question. And feel free to send us questions, suggestions, feedback. Comments. We're here for all that.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to know what some of the females really want to know from the men, because I'll answer any question. I'm good with it. Let's go.
we here giving you that real talk, and not even like just the generic, yo, I'm too cool for. Nah, we giving you real talk. We giving you the pros and the cons.
That's right.
The hoes and the moms. That's how we talk at the GoodFellaz. You know what I'm saying? So hit us up with comments, suggestions, whatever. Shout out to everybody tuned in right now to the show. We appreciate y'all. Unfortunately, we're all out of time. The streets have told us it's time to be out. So until next week, this is the recap with the GoodFellaz show. On behalf of all the GoodFellaz,